Again, I want to say, the question is, I've been saying tonight that if you're going to enact a protective law, we think it would be better, significantly better, to do it before permits issued. And the question the gentleman asked is, do you mean permits anywhere in the state, permits in our county, or permits in our town? So first I want to say again, sorry to be repetitious, but first of all, we do not concede that even if permits issued anywhere, in your town or anywhere else, that it's a regulatory taking. We don't concede that. That said, it's an easier lawsuit for us to win if there's no permits anywhere. After that, it's an easier lawsuit for us to win if there's no permits in your county. After that, it's easier lawsuit for us to win if there's no permits in your county. That's a great question. I don't know if I answered it for you. Well, so I'm saying if you can get it done before, if you want to do it, try to get it done before they're anywhere. And as I said, we're not conceding it's a problem, do it whenever you want to do it. But as far as if you're looking for a lawyer, whether you get free lawyers or paid lawyers, it's going to be easier for the lawyers to win it, depending, and it should be a no-brainer if there's no permits. Depending on whether those permits are in the state, somewhere else in the state, or in your county, or in your town. It's a harder suit to win if the permits are in your town.
Because I don't see a permit coming for a sale drill.
For what?
For a couple of years, conservatively, because we don't have the share. It gets less up there. So
what some of these people are trying to do is trying to grab permits. Nobody on the other side disagrees with what I'm saying. If you go and look up this guy, Red Lake, and look what he said, his stuff's online, he agrees with the part I'm telling you right now. He absolutely agrees. It's one thing in his line said, I do agree with Mr. Slotchy on one thing. So what a lot of these people are getting ready to do is pull permits, even though they're really not ready to do permits, if that makes any sense. But I'm not going to go into more detail about that because I don't want to help legislation. But I have answered your question. You're better. It's an easier suit to win if there's the farther away the permit is. So, and if it's a permit in your town, I'm sorry, I can't say.
As soon as they issue a permit in the state,
I'm telling you, we're best. Yeah, that's my message. My Johnny Appleseed message is if you're going to do this, the best time to do it is before the permit's issued. But I'm also telling people, supervisors such as yourself, if it doesn't get done before that, and you find out down the road you want to do it, still calls, because it's not game over. But it's real easy if you do it before the permits. Yeah, that's my message. Do it before the best guys.
Now, I do have a follow-up question on the land use.
Yep.
As far as your aquifers and stuff.
So as far as what?
Aquifers and protect them.
Yep.
Land use regulations, whatever, do you need zoning?
No, you do not. I'm not hearing this question. Even as far as aquifer protection, do you need zoning to do aquifer protection? And the answer is no. There's a whole bunch of things you can do without zoning, and some of them are more effective than others. There are things like critical environmental areas that you can designate, UNA, there's all kinds of things that I'm not an expert in. But those are the kind of things, wherever the question came from before, that you would do within a moratorium period. Aquifer protection, by the way, mapping is, I don't want to mislead, that's kind of a sexy thing. You usually have to get USGS to help, and it can be expensive. Although, you might be able to get grants. Unlike everything else we talked about, that's probably not something you can do just with a committee. You're going to need some help on that. And it does cost money, and it takes time. If you were doing aquifer protection stuff, it would be reasonable to go more than a year. Because depending on the size of your town and the help you're going to get, that will take more than a year. But this other stuff, the road protection schemes, critical environmental areas, all that other stuff, you can do that in a year easily, if you want to.